Consulting, your work happy career strategist, and I wanted to hop on here today to talk about something that's been lingering in the ether. Joined some career support groups, and one of the things that I've seen as a common comment lately has to do with this idea of ageism, and the reason why people are getting shut out of the job search process has to do with age. And in good old helpful fashion, tons of helpers are hopping on there and giving all kinds of best practice feedback, including things like shortening the length of your resume to include 10 years or less, taking all the dates off of anything that indicates a marker. So like if you got a bachelor's degree in 1989, don't put that information. And the list goes on. People are even suggesting fluffing the titles a little bit so that they don't so that they don't see the industry change. Maybe you were a secretary in 1982 and now they're called administrative assistants or executive support specialists, whatever the case is. I'm taking a deep breath because I struggle with this topic. And here's a couple of reasons why. Ageism is a very real thing. Okay, I'm not denying that people don't get shut out of the system because of age. But it literally has nothing to do with your number. It has to do with all of the bias attached to your age. So if you were a young professional, because you can also get shut out of the process based off of your age, and it's because age typically correlates with your years of experience. As a young professional, if you're younger, you are typically perceived as having limited or little to no experience. Okay? And so then it's hard for you to enter the job market in which you're targeting because you don't have any experience in it. And it ends up looking and feeling like it's because of your age, but it might be lack of your experience. Now, the fact of the matter is it may not be that you don't lack experience. You may have a ton of experience. It's just that you're not doing a good job of communicating that skill set and that experience and connecting with what it is the employer wants. And so therefore, when you're getting rejected, it looks like it's because of your age, when literally it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with your lack of experience, or at least your lack of communication about your experience and how it fits. And then there's on the other side where you're a seasoned professional, you have several decades worth of experience in a particular area, and you might be getting shut out of the system because of your age in that regard. You have too much experience. And I'm shaking my head because I work with those professionals. I'm working with a woman right now who is a self-made community oriented civic engagement. She did a lot of support work for high-powered individuals, and she just, because of her work ethic and her ability to network really well, she just ended up in positions quite often serving these people. And so she is a self-made executive support professional in organizations that are community and civic oriented. And she's 70, okay? So that's amazing. Like, has so many years of work left. She's highly committed, highly engaged. She is a perfect candidate for somebody who is looking for an experienced executive who understands the process, the procedure, and wants to partner with somebody to collaborate and raise their profile. And there's no reason why she can't get hired, okay? The only reason that would interfere, and this isn't her case, but the only thing that would interfere with her ability to be able to get hired is her communication. People, the reason why you're getting shut out of the process, ageism is just a symptom. It boils down to your ability to effectively communicate, effectively connect. Okay, so here's my tips for you for today. You need to take a look at your situation and you need to ask yourself, what kind of evidence, not thoughts, feelings, and opinions, have led to make you think that you are being shut out because of your age? Because it's just a symptom. It's not about your age. It's about your lack of ability to communicate. Either you're over communicating or under communicating. And I say this with love. So if this stings a little bit, just know that I'm being honest with you on purpose, because in my world, excuses don't ride. We can't, that's an excuse. And things don't change if we don't change them. And so this is a little bit of tough love. And I hope you can appreciate it. And if you're not there to appreciate it yet, I understand. I hope you get there because it'll make all the difference in your job search process and how you do work in the future. So back to the point, it is really about communication. You are over communicating or under communicating your skill set. Okay. The other part is you're probably wasting your cover letter real estate. Okay. You're doing what most people do, which is you take a cover letter and you summarize everything that's on your resume. That is the biggest waste of your time and waste of resources that you could possibly use a cover letter. That in and of itself is the reason why recruiters and HR professionals and hiring managers say cover letters are a waste. Don't do it. Well, they're saying they don't do it because people don't effectively use them. Okay. They just regurgitate what's already on the resume, thinking that that's going to be it. They can summarize. If your document is organized in such a way that it is a summary on page 1, they're going to get that information, and then you should be using the cover letter to explain your why, right? Like, you're not just picking any job, you're picking that job. Why are you picking that job? Who are you as a person? How are you when you work with others, okay? So if you're worried about having too much experience and that influencing people's interest in wanting to hire you, bottom line, from every employee, what people are looking for is somebody who is flexible, can engage with others, our teamwork, we talk about these all the time. This is all soft skills requirements. Employers ask me every day, can you find somebody who has good soft skills, who can communicate with people, who is willing to learn, who can take feedback, who understands what their role is and scope and knows what to do with it. Look, if you're getting shut out of the system because of your age, it's because you're not addressing those things. You're not helping them understand that you know what your role is, that you understand what your gaps are, that you understand where your expertise is, and that you know how you're going to help them in the future, okay? And how you're going to contribute to the success of the team. If you're not communicating these things in your documents, yes, you are getting shut out, because you can guarantee that they are going to grab your resume, they're going to look at it, and they're going to start asking all of these bias-laden questions about your age. Now, legally, you're right. They can't make those decisions based off of your age. But the way that pivots is they look at it and they say, you didn't communicate what it is that you needed to communicate to demonstrate that you fit the kind of personality, the kind of culture, the kind of person that could fit in with the place and the work that we're doing. And so if you do that effectively and you've done your research and you've matched the employer correctly, effectively, and you truly aligned with the employer, there is no reason why they won't pull your resume. And it has jack squat to do with your age. It has everything to do with your ability to effectively communicate. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with this. We talk all the time about how we don't have an employee for this, we don't have an employee for that, we have an employment shortage, all this kind of stuff. Until we can fix our communication problem, which is a systemic issue in the job search process and in the workforce development field, period, and it runs both ways, we're going to continue to have these problems. And so that's the focus that I work on with my clients, is ensuring that their communication is clear, concise, effective, and perfectly aligned, so that when they pick something, they pick it once. One job, one offer, people. That's what you're going for. One job, one offer. If you are not clear to the point to which you can pick one job and get one offer, there's work to do. Okay? So if you're struggling with the concept of ageism, or you think that you are getting beat out of the process because of ageism, I've got a solution for you. Okay? It's called the one job, one offer method. It works. Okay? I have it work with people of all ages all the time, and it's getting back to the basics. It's tightening up your communication. It's being strategic, and you can end up with a one job, one offer scenario. I just ask that you trust me in the process and stop using ageism as an excuse, because it doesn't have to be an excuse. Okay? I want to wrap this up. Okay? All this best practice advice that we're getting, okay, about changing the dates and moving things around and minimizing the information, I have found that because those are the common things that we tell people who have too much experience to do, what you're doing is actually making it look way obvious that you have a tremendous amount of experience. And if for some freaking reason in the process, they really are like, you have too much experience, you want to get paid this, by doing all of these weird omission things on your resume, you're signaling that you think you're too old to do the job. And I'm not sure where we come up with that. I think we meant to give that advice in coming from a good place, right? Too much information sometimes is not helpful information. But if the information that you're providing is compelling, your skills, your experience, your background, and your alignment with what it is that they're asking for, those dates literally render themselves irrelevant. Okay? Now, does that mean that we should maybe institute a national practice of having no dates on our resumes? Possibly. But let's be honest, background checks, okay? Public information that we post on social media everywhere. We have so much personal identifiable information out there. There's no way you can eradicate it. And so what's going to happen is you're going to edit all of that information, and then somebody's going to go research it, and then they're going to find out that you've omitted the time frame, and they're going to wonder why, right? And that is not the kind of information you want to be sharing. That's not the kind of conversation you want to encourage. So I hear you when everybody's giving the best practice advice about omitting certain kind of information to limit their bias. Looking at the big picture, though, there's so many other ways I can get that information. Why don't you just render that irrelevant by being clear and concise and connecting with them in the first place? So that was my bonus wrap up if you get to the end of this. Let me know what you think about that below. Cheers and have a great work week. Here's to rock. I can't spit it out. Here's to rocking your work week. Work happy, okay? Have a good day. Hey everyone, it's Bree with myhdcareer.com and your work happy career strategist. And I just wanted to hop on here really quickly and let you know I appreciate all of your support and your engagement. I do really love noodling on all things career. I love chatting about it. I love learning about it. I love learning from you, as well as being able to share what I know with you to increase your access and reduce the time frame it takes for you to find your work happy. And so I wanted to hop on here and make a shameless plug. I am starting a program called One Job, One Offer. Everything that you heard in this video has components of that is informed by the One Job, One Offer. I have a process that I've developed over the last 2 years working with over 75 clients one-to-one, as well as my basically decade of experience helping adults in my former career in higher education make decisions about all things career. And so if this is something that interests you and you're looking to accelerate your path to work happy, finally take the pain out of the job search process and get back to doing what you do best and what you love, which is spending time with your family and excelling at your career, hit me up, send me a message, hashtag in this message, One Job, One Offer. You can communicate to me through LinkedIn or send me an email at bree@hdcareerconsulting.com. I'd love to chat with you more about it. Thank you so much again, and I look forward to continuing to connect with you right here on LinkedIn. Have a good day.